Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. So, we're just going to get right into it. And we're going to start off with the news that, health and safety protocols is still plaguing the league right now. As today, we had the Sixers and Thunder canceled because of the Sixers didn't have enough men to fully compete. And it was the same thing with the Cavaliers and the Wizards. Wizards didn't have enough people to fully compete, and it's affected a lot of games. A lot of games, the health and safety protocols it's just been a complete wonder of what the NBA is going to do with all these postponed games, and teams not really playing the same amount in the same amount of time. So it's going to be interesting to see what they actually do with all these problems they're having right now. We knew it was going to happen, and a lot of people on the inside are saying they expected this. It's nothing. It's nothing of a surprise. So we're just hoping that they can really figure out how to keep this thing moving, keep the NBA season going. And yeah, that's really what I wanted to start off the little episode today, because it's plagued the whole league. Basically it's affected everyone except for a couple teams. Like, I know the Spurs haven't really been affected. They haven't had any postponements or anything, knock on wood. Please don't get any postponements. I love watching Spurs basketball. But yeah, it's just gonna be interesting to see, how they handle everything, and what they do going forward. Like, I've heard of the bubble idea, I've heard of a lot of things, but you can't keep just postponing games and not playing them, because we need all teams to play the 72 games that were scheduled on each schedule. So now we're gonna get into the games. And we're going to get into the games that I really didn't see today. Even though there was 5 games, I really didn't watch 2 of them, which is going to be Knicks Celtics. And it just seemed like the Celtics came out the gate and couldn't buy a shot. They scored 17 in the first, 18 in the second, and only 15 in the third. So, by the end of the third, this game was already over. And it just didn't look interesting to start off the day. So I just didn't really watch it. Julius Randle continues his good play, 20 points, 12 boards, and 4 assists. Jaylen Brown had 25. Really didn't watch it. But it's a good win for the Knicks. And start Emmanuel quickly. That man is a rookie, dropped 17, had a career high in assists and 8 assists. You got to start that man over Elfrid Payton, who I believe only got you 8 today. And, just get that young core experience, get RJ looking confident in his shot, and just have that whole young core gel together and actually put in quickly to start the game. I know Thibs, he likes to go with who's doing the best throughout the game. It's a night to night basis with Tom Thibodeau. And so it's going to be interesting to see how he handles, Emmanuel Quickly's, great plays so far to start the season. He's been a little choppy here and there, but it's just because the minutes have been so inconsistent. And then another game that I didn't watch is one that just ended not too long ago, which is Pacers and Clippers. And the Clippers got the job done single-handedly, which, by the way, the Knicks and Celtics score was 105-75, so a 30-point blowout for the Celtics. Not good. Not a good look. Not a good look. But can't say anything more for the Pacers, because they had a 30-point blowout. 129-96 was the score for the Clippers and Pacers. And it really wasn't even like Kawhi or PG. Marcus Morris had a good game off the bench, 20 points. And then you had PG, who had 20, and Kawhi had 17. It was just an all-around team affair, really. Luke Kennard finally started getting that shooting going. I believe he went, 5 from 8 from 3, 7 of 12 from the field. That's great to see from Luke Kennard. You made that acquisition because of his shooting, because of what he brings on the scoring end. Kawhi and PG can't be scoring all the points for the Clippers. You need more scoring, and he did that. I don't believe Lou Williams did not play today, so, we didn't get to see Lou Will, and they still got the dub. That's a great sign. And then Pacers, no Oladipo, because he's in Houston. No Karis LeVert. Prayers out to him. He found a mass on his liver. Just hope it isn't cancerous or anything like that. Prayers out to Karis LeVert. Hope he's doing okay, and his family's doing okay. But the main talking point for the Pacers, Doug McDermott, 23 points. That's a good showing. 9 of 12 from the field, too. Shot it efficiently, and then 5 from 7 from 3. All the time. I need to just mute, mute my computer when I start videos. But yeah, Doug McDermott, 23, Sabonis 19, 14. He had his double-double, but it wasn't enough to overcome the Clippers today as the bench really helped out, and Kawhi and PG kind of did their thing, but, took a backseat as well. So let's get into the games that I did watch today. So I did watch a little bit of the Bulls and Mavericks. I watched that second quarter, and the Bulls were playing great basketball. Lauri Markkanen with 29 points, 10 boards, 3 assists. And, that, I believe, how much? They scored 40 points in the second quarter, and it felt like it. It just felt like a lot of shots were falling for them. And it looked like a confident Bulls team. And for the Mavs, this is a weird loss. I know Kristaps is just coming back from injury, 2 games in, I believe, 2 or 3, one of those. He's still trying to get comfortable and get his legs under him. And Luka did his thing. He had a 36-point triple-double. So it really wasn't the 2 stars' fault. I mean, Kristaps 20 points, 9 of 19 from the field. So basically like 50%. But 0 of 7 from 3-point. He's still trying to find that 3-point shot that we all know Kristaps Porzingis has. He's that stretch 5, stretch 4 kind of guy. And it was just it's weird. I feel like the Mavs need to build up that depth. They need to build up the depth. They have Tim Hardaway Jr., but he didn't play today, so that might be another causing effect of losing to the Bulls 117-101. And Trey Burke didn't look that great today either. I think he only had like 5-6 points. And yeah, from the Bulls, it wasn't the greatest, or not from the Bulls, from the Mavs, it wasn't the greatest showing. But the Bulls, they did their thing. Garrett Temple had like 21 points too. Let me check. Yep, 21 points. And then Otto Porter off the bench, 14. You had Thaddeus Young drop 15. The bench really helped the Bulls out today. Zach LaVine only had 10 points. He took a little backseat too. 1 of 8 from the field. You don't like to see that from Zach LaVine, but hey, they got the job done even when he didn't play well. But when he drops 40 or 38, they don't win. It's weird. It's a weird situation in Chicago. But I know Bulls fans were excited to get a win against the Mavs are a decent team. They were a playoff team last year. They should be a playoff team this year. So Bulls fans should be happy with this one. Look great. And hopefully you can keep that momentum going forward. The next game that I want to talk about, let's see. Oh, yeah, this was the best game of the night. Jazz Nuggets. These teams played in the bubble. Mitchell and Murray had 50 points each. Shout out Conway the Machine. You know that. Everybody knows that line, hopefully. And yeah, really, it was just an all-around affair for the Jazz. Mitchell didn't really have that great of a game till the second half. I believe he had most of his points in the second half. I think he only scored 2 in the first, 16 in the second half, which is, that's Donovan Mitchell for you. He's going to come up in those big moments, make those big plays. Mike Conley, 14. You had Rudy Gobert, 15. He got his rebounds too. And Bogdanovich was 17, but those were the early half points, I believe. He didn't score much in the second half. And off the bench, Jordan Clarkson, front runner of 6th Man of the Year for me. Honestly, this guy's amazing. I love that he's an SA product. I think he went to Wagner High School here in SA. Just love to see that. Love to see someone from the 2-0 really going out there and hooping, man. 23 points for Jordan Clarkson of 9 of 13 from shooting, 4 of 18 or 4 of 8 from the 3-point line. And yeah, they come away with a tight win. That second half burst from Donovan Mitchell really put him over the top. And they beat the Nuggets 109-105. And for the Nuggets side of things, Jokic and Murray, they kind of did their thing. Jokic with 35, 14, and 9. Almost another triple-double. He's in the front running, or in the front for MVP. And Murray, 30 points for Murray. 11 of 27 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3-point. Not that efficient of a night, but, he got his 30 points. He was trying to lead this team. And Jokic is just so fun to watch. The way he passes the ball, the way he controls that offense, it really runs through him. And, of course, Murray can, give you that big presence on the 3-point line. He just can knock down shots. He's a great shot creator. His finishing's even great, but Jokic is the main vocal point of that offense. Without Jokic, I don't think this team would be as good as it is. They got to find a little bit more depth Their depth is kind of questionable. Monte Morris isn't having that great of a start to the season. Bol didn't play after getting a start, I believe it was 2 nights ago. I would like to see him get more playing time. And yeah, it was just an upsetting loss for the Nuggets. Lost it in the second half. I believe they were up going into halftime. Yes, they were up going into halftime by like 4 or 5. And then, just couldn't hang on from that push from Donovan Mitchell in the second half, 16 points, like I said. And yeah, that was the game of the night. Really fun to watch. Had a good time watching it. And then the final game we're going to get into today, give me one sec, is Pelicans and Kings. This could also go for game of the night, but the only reason I didn't really put it up there is because there's only one man that kept the Kings in this game, and that's De'Aaron Fox. 43 points. I think he had 4 steals, 13 assists. He was doing it all. And the Kings are good when De'Aaron is in attack mode and, he's going to the rim, finishing, but he still passes the ball around. He's a very unselfish player too, which I like. They just got to get more pieces around him. Rashawn Holmes, 16 points. Buddy Hield, 18. And then Bagley had a 26-point night, which is great to see. 10 rebounds, 11 and 19 from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point land. And, Bagley did his thing. He didn't play too bad. Hill did his thing, of course. He's going to go out there and, give you about 18, 22 points a game. And, it's a sad thing to see for the Kings. I believe they were making that late push to finally come back into the game because down at halftime, I believe by double digits, had a good third quarter, was just trying to make that push in the fourth and really couldn't get past the Pelicans because Mr. Zion Williamson had himself a great game, 31 points. I believe he was super efficient from the field, 13 of 15. Didn't take a three-point shot, though. 6 rebounds. You'd like to see that go up. He's a big body. He can go up and get it. He's got that vertical length to him. You'd like to see him go and get it. But still, good game from him. B.I. had a good game, 22 points. And then Bledsoe had a good game as well, 21 points. Nikhil Alexander-Walker, he had an all right game, 9 points, 5 assists. And, it's not what you saw when he had 37 the other night and all that. But I like to see him in the starting lineup. You like to see a young guy get his minutes and earn them. He played 33 minutes. That's great. Great to see. And I think Pelicans fans are really excited for that. J.J. Redick did his thing off the bench, 14 points, and Jackson Hayes with 11. And the New Orleans Pelicans beat the Sacramento Kings 128-123. And that's going to do it today, guys. Appreciate y'all clicking on the video. If you liked it, please like, subscribe. I'm going to just continue. I'm coming at you. Mic's fixed, camera's fixed. We're going to continue to come at you. And, I hope you enjoyed. Like I always end this, please bring positive vibes. Be a good person to everyone, please. And SFL.